What's up, guys? Izzy with Team TC here, and we're back at it again with another episode of Card of the Week. Now, I'm really sorry that I missed the episode last week. I'm getting ready to move away for university, and I just needed to take a few days to myself in order to get all my ducks in a row and make sure everything was all set up to make it as smooth as possible. Now, back to the point here. This week's card is a Pokemon that I really enjoy. It's my second favorite Pokemon to play in Pokken, other than Sceptile, who's my favorite. Just because I think it's sick, its attacks are sick, the entire design is sick, and that card is Weavile GX. Now, Weavile GX is just super versatile, especially because of its ability Shadow Connection, which lets you move any Dark-type energy, a basic Dark-type energy, of course, from one point in your board to another point. So if it's attached on your bench, you can move it to the active. If it's on the active, you can move it to the bench as many times as you want per turn. So you could literally just take 3 energy from one Pokemon, move it to your active, or take the 3 energy from your active if you know if it's going to get knocked out at the end of the turn, move it to your bench. It's ridiculous. It's really good. Now, especially paired with Pokemon like Naganadel from Lost Thunder with its ability Charging Up, which allows you to take a basic energy type card from your discard pile and attach it to Naganadel. Essentially, depending on how many Naganadel you have in play, Shadow Connection basically, it just translates into having 4 to 5 energy attachments per turn, which is really ridiculous, especially depending on where you are, what point in the game you're at. Now, the decks that Weavile GX really works well in it's called Dark Box decks. All the Pokemon in it, except for Naganadel, are going to be Dark-type Pokemon, such as Tableye GX here. I love including Tableye GX is in deck lists like this with cards such as Weavile GX just for the meme. Because when you have 10 energy on Tableye and you use Gigafall GX, not only is it 250 damage, so you're basically guaranteed a knockout, but you get the meme of crushing your opponent's soul by discarding the top 15 cards off of their deck. There's literally no recovering from that right now in the TCG. At that point, you just basically keep playing out the game and win because you've discarded a quarter of their deck, which is insane. Now, another card that Weavile GX can work with is Umbrai GX, just for its black lance attack to get those snipes onto the bench for cards such as Dedenne GX, and in expanded format, it would be really useful against Shaman EX. Now, the main attacker of most Dark Box decks is actually going to be Greninja and Zoroark GX for its attack Dark Pulse, which does 30 more damage for each Dark-type energy on the bench, or actually on your whole board. It includes the energy attached to the active, which will do big damage further along into the game. But Weavile GX just allows for so much versatility in being able to tech so many different types of cards in your deck. And actually, like, the only con to having Weavile GX in your deck is probably the fact that it's a stage 1 and you have to evolve it from Sneasel. But with cards like Ditto Prism Star that are currently in the standard format with its ability Almighty Evolution, it gives you a chance to get a little bit more consistency with this stage 1 without taking up too much room in your deck, because Ditto could also evolve into a Naganadel. Its ability is sick, and it just goes really well in any deck that has a stage 1 in it. Now, Weavile GX's other attacks, Claw Slash, is also really good. 3 energy for 130. It's kind of a backed into the corner attack. And if you're having trouble setting up, you have Nocturnal Maneuvers GX, which lets you just basically just put basic type Pokemon onto the bench and just take off after that turn. Since Weavile GX is a Dark-type Pokemon, with Black Market Prism Star in play, when your opponent knocks out any of your Dark-type Pokemon, they only get to take 1 less prize card, which turns Weavile GX from a 2 prize liability into a 1 prize liability, which if you have a card like Weavile GX with its ability and it's only 1 prize if it gets knocked out, that's a no-brainer to just put it in your deck. Another card that Weavile GX works really well with is Dark City, just because it allows for those really slick plays, such as if your Greninja Zoroark is going to die, you get to retreat it for free, retreat into your Tableye GX, move all of your energy using Weavile GX, and then Gigafall to essentially turn the game in your favor and let the landslide fall from there. Alrighty, thanks for joining us this week to talk about Weavile GX, and we'll see you next week.